Hello YouTube world. This is going to be the road to Glacier Peak episode 2. Didn't train as much this past week, but we got to get a lot of good quality training. Did the Disney only once, but had my first big spiel. Skipped my knee up pretty good, I guess, and got a little busted place in my right palm. Nothing major. Saturday we hiked up to the Cowan Falls, then on to the John Mountains Overlook, then back around the long way through the John Mountains Trail, back to the waterfall, and then back down. Total about 8 miles. Did that with our rucksacks. Pretty good little excursion. Good training session. And I mowed my grass earlier this week too with a 30-pound rucksack. So got some good quality training. Of course, I walked every day. Try to get 10 to 20,000 steps. Diet was pretty clean. Didn't eat as well as I should have. That's why my weight didn't go down, I guess. But overall, it was good. So I guess we'll go ahead and get started. Episode 2. Hey YouTube world, if you like these videos, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe. I plan on doing them all. I do it all the way up till the finale where I climb Glacier Peak. This is just building. I'm building upon each episode's building to the finale, so it'll be worth it in the end for sure. So follow my journey. Hit like and subscribe. Well guys, it's Wednesday the 7th of August. I haven't hiked the Disney or any trails really this week. I've done a small bit of walking, resting my back. I think I semi-injured it running on a trail this past Saturday. I wouldn't say injured, it just made it sore, made it tight. Doing something I should have stretched probably a little bit better before I attempted. Today, my back's better. My hiking partner couldn't go today, couldn't do the Disney as well, so I decided probably better for me just to put on my rucksack, 30-pound rucksack, and push mow my grass. I got about maybe 3/4 of an acre hilly that I'm going to push mow with a 30-pound rucksack. Not fun, not what you'd consider something that you'd really just go out and want to do, I guess, but needs to be done. I got a rucksack, I got a lawnmower, got a yard to mow. I guess I'll put them together and get some exercise in. Count it as a training day. Anyway, I'll touch back to base with y'all tomorrow. God bless. Time for the Disney again. This is Friday the 9th of August. First training session actually on the Disney this week. I've done a little bit of rucksacking, not much. Basically pushed them on my yard with a rucksack on. Did 2 days on that. Half one day, half the next, half the yard. So me and Van should be tackling this today together. I'll try to get a bit more trail footage today. Try to do more trail footage. I upgraded my phone. I got a Samsung 10 instead of my old Apple 7. I think it might have been a 6S, 7, something like that. Good phone. Just not what I need it for. Or they don't do what I need. They had a lot of deficiencies. Anyway, we'll talk more on the trail. Back at the Disney.
When I wake up, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who wakes up next to you when I go out. Yeah, I know I'm gonna be the man who goes along with you. If I get drunk, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who gets drunk next to you. And if I heaver, yeah, I know I'm gonna be the man who's heavering to you. But I would walk 500 miles and I would walk 500 more just to be the man who walked 1,000 miles to fall down at your door. When I'm working, yes, I know I'm gonna be the man who's working hard for you. And when the money comes in for the work I do, I'll pass almost every penny on to you. When I come home, oh, I know I'm gonna be the man who comes back home to you. And if I drove, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who's growing over you. But I would walk 500 miles and I would walk 500 more just to be the man who walks 1,000 miles to fall down at your door.
Sure not getting any easier. Not yet, maybe it is, I just can't tell. But I'm almost halfway through and it's whipping my tail. I love it though. Let's start up the hill. Very, very tough section. I dread it. Not really, I love it, I'm looking forward to it. That's where we come. And that's where I'm going. Here's the boulders. The rock face you gotta climb. It's not too bad. There's good handholds for climbing. I mean, it couldn't be more than 5 feet. But you can see by looking, there's like a set of stairs, kinda. Now you might can go on around and get up easier that way, but that's still hiking up more hill. So I didn't even check that out before. I might do it one other day, but I'm gonna climb this rock surface here, and we'll try to do it holding my new Samsung 10 phone I'm proud of. If I was to break this, I might need to not go home. Chastity put forth a lot of effort to get me this. But here I go, climbing this one-handed. 2 good feet though. Yay, I did it. Now, we're gonna go upward. Here's George W. Disney's grave. Of course, I had it in the last video, the last episode. I'll have other trails this week. I'm gonna try to do something big Saturday, tomorrow, today's Friday. Something big for the channel for episode 2. Of course, you know, guys, I'm building to my climb. Me and Jamie Tuck, I'm building. Here's the rock for the Disney. Okay, but I'm building for my eventual climb of Glacier Peak. So some of these episodes and some of these clips and things may be a little bit boring, but I'm building something. Like when you build a wall. I heard Will Smith tell a story about him and his brother building a wall, and when they started, it seemed like it took forever. But the moral of the story was he did it one brick at a time. Before you knew it, he had a wall. And that's what I'm doing with this. One brick at a time, one step at a time, until I reach that moment to where I'm looking out over Glacier Peak, recording and taking pictures of that beautiful scenery. And I'm really, really looking forward to it. But I'm also enjoying the journey. I've got to enjoy the journey. That's something I've done in life. I haven't done enough in life is sit back and enjoy the journey. I want to do it now. I think to the future and think about what it'll be like when I finally do it. But a lot of times the road to it was what made it special. Kind of like one of the best vacations my wife and I took was back in 2004, I believe. We didn't know where we were going, except for we knew we wanted to go to Clovis, New Mexico, where I was born, and that was our only clear-cut destination. So we set off, and that was the best trip we'd ever took. We stopped in San Antonio, Texas, Houston, Texas, Roswell, New Mexico, the French Quarter in Louisiana. I mean, when I reflect back, that was one of the best trips of my life. And it was all about the journey, not necessarily the destination. Because Clovis, pretty town, good people, but it paled in comparison to the adventure we had. So, long story short, that's what I'm doing here. I'm building. Okay guys, I'm getting close to the point of considering this trip a success. Here it is. I've made it to the top. There's the pulpit. There's the pews. I go up here and read a Bible verse every so often, you know. Looks at the overlook. How y'all doing today? Blessed. I'm gonna get up here out of y'all's way. There's 41 highway. There's 75. I think my house is over there somewhere. Well, that's my journey to the top. Had a blast. Man, I love this stuff. Hopefully I have more companions in the future. Get some interesting conversations, some interesting insight. I like that. I like that kind of stuff. But anyway, we'll see you guys at the bottom. Well, fellas, had my first good little spill. I don't think I've broke anything. But man, pretty good little. Hello guys, we're doing the Cowan Falls John Mountain Overlook Trail. John's Mountain Overlook. We're gonna hike through there. Me and my brother-in-law Van here. We're using packs today. I got my 30-pound rucksack and he's got about 30 pounds in his as well. It should be a fun, interesting day. What do you think about it, Van?
We'll try it.
Absolutely. We'll pick up some on the trail. This is us barreling on through. This is what makes this trip worthwhile. The scenery. We're heading up to Cowan Falls now, and then on to the John's Mountain Overlook. Normally I don't breathe hard on this, guys, but this rucksack's weighing me down a bit. But that's good. Building my strength up. Man does it like a pro. Yeah. Onward and upward, I guess. But again, you know, I'm building. It's like building a wall. We're doing it one brick at a time. One day at a time, one step at a time. Before you know it, we'll be in shape and climbing Glacier Peak. I plan on doing some climbing work because technically I've never done much climbing, any climbing, to be quite honest, other than this kind of stuff. Well, we made it to the almost. We're probably halfway. We're to the overlook of the falls, but not the main John Mountains overlook. We probably got another mile and a half, maybe 2, to get to that point. So it's not too bad. Not too bad. I'm blessed to have Van with me here. It surely helps. He's helped me up a time or two. I fell again today. But anytime I've trained for anything, there's always been blood, sweat, and tears involved. So I'm getting the blood part out of the way, I guess. Look what God's blessed us with today. And if any of you guys out there watching that live in this area want to go with us, just holler. We don't mind.
The more the merrier.
Yep. You can come out and enjoy God's beauty with us. We're going out to look at the yeah.
I never knew this made a bowl. I lived here my whole life and didn't know it was a bowl.
Oh yeah.
I was about to ask if that thing and satellite down there was a. No, I only got one bar, so that ain't for AT&T.
Definitely. Well, we made it to the John Mountain overlook. Beautiful scenery. What a glorious day God's given us. Van kicked tail like usual. We came from all the way down from there up to here. I'm proud of that, with rucksacks. One step closer to our goal. Beating diabetes and climbing Glacier Peak. Each step, each day, we're getting stronger. Having a blast doing it.
How long is the trip for Glacier Peak?
I think the just hiking to the summit's 16 miles. I think the whole trip there and back's gonna take like 3 days, is what Jamie's telling me. So it'll be quite the adventure with 60-degree slopes, you know.
We ain't even done a third of what you're gonna do.
But Dad, I appreciate you a ton being here to help me. Having training partners like this, what's gonna help me get to the next level. This is today's hike. Started here. Went through.
There's one around here. He comes through every so often.
Made it up to the falls. Then we went up to the overlook. And then we come back down John's Mountain Trail.
About that tall. Not that long.
Back up through.
The first house on the left.
Back up to Cowan Falls. Hit the trail here. Backtracked all the way.
About once a year, maybe
back
twice
down.
He'll come through and knock his feed over and eat a bunch of it. Keep on going. He'll go out there next day and set it back up, put the lid back on it. Y'all ever see
That's
her
what
out
we
there?
did today.
I saw her. No, not out here. I haven't. I don't. This is the first time I've been down here and walked this trail in years.
It was quite the adventure.
That ain't very far from here, and then we spot her. We live
Me and
over
Van
there.
had a good day of hiking, probably about
About 6 miles.
7 to 8 miles
Yeah,
with
we
Rucksack.
spotted her over there before.
I'll
Now,
take
may
it.
not be the same one, but
This is the end of the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'm gonna keep making them. Me and my trusty sidekick, Chastity. Say something. Still don't like being recorded, but we'll get her out of that. Ain't that right? You guys have a good one. Episode 3 coming next week. Thank you.